Hi everyone, welcome to the Sahi show. Today we have a versatile and multi-talented actress joining us from United States. She's a heartthrob of millions of fans in US and across the globe. She has acted in over 13 movies and various music videos as well. She also won IFA Award, Filmfare Glamour and Style Awards. Please welcome none other than Nargis Fakhri to the show.
Hey, that was a great introduction. I didn't even know I did all that. Thanks for the reminder.
Alrighty, so tell us something about your journey, Nargis, before joining the movies and right now as well. What are you up to nowadays?
Oh gosh. Well, at the moment, I am in another state doing an event. And I actually just finished working on a film with Anupam Kher and Neena Gupta, which is really super cute and cool. So I can't wait to see that when it comes out. Yeah, I've just been keeping busy. I also have a dating app that I'm a co-founder on that I am so in love with, and I know everyone else will be in love with. It's called Ilios Relationship App. You guys could check it out, ilios.co. Yeah, so I've been really busy doing a lot of things and traveling. I came back from Italy. I was there for 3 weeks exploring. That was pretty amazing.
Awesome. So tell us something more about your journey, like getting into the movies and how did you get your first break and how did you felt about it, everything?
So everyone asked me that question, and I think it's such a hard question to answer because it doesn't make any sense. And all I can say is that it was Kismet, which is destiny. I remember having an existential crisis, I think, and I was wanting to know about me and my heritage and who I am. And I was like praying to the universe and asking God, like, oh, I just want to know, like, my family heritage, who am I? And like a year later, I get a weird email being asked to come audition for a movie. And at that time, I was living in Denmark. So they had an address of India address. And I'm like, I've never been to India. Who are these people? Why are they writing me? Long story short, I ended up meeting the director and falling in love with the story. And they asked me would I like to take a chance to come to India to try to learn some Hindi and acting and all the other things that come along with it. And me being the crazy person that I am, I said, okay. And that was it. And it took 2 years for Rockstar to actually come out. And it was a very tough, or I should say tumultuous journey with lots of ups and downs. But I am so grateful that I took that risk and took a chance.
Absolutely. I think it's all about believing in yourself, right? Sometimes you don't even think this is where you're gonna go and some miracles happens in your life.
So true. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your movie career?
That's a good question. I actually probably would have been some kind of holistic doctor or something like that, holistic healer, or I probably would have opened up like a wellness retreat place. It's kind of in my dream book, so maybe in the future I'll do that. But if I wasn't acting, I would be doing that now.
Oh, that's really cool. Like, so it gets you an opportunity to travel as well with the wellness retreat,
Yes,
right?
yes. Or I thought always like as I get older, I'd like to sit in one place because I've traveled so much, and then I can have people come travel to me,
Mhm.
and then I still can have that feeling of getting to know new people because that's one of my favorite things about traveling.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting to know like different people from different parts of the world, like how they think about certain things. So it's all about like meeting new people's, developing new connections, right?
Yes, totally. Getting like having that the different perspective of life and seeing that there's different ways to live and think. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's your piece of advice, Nargis, to a person who's just starting off in the film industry?
Wow, that is really tough because I've seen how tough it is for a lot of other people. And some people might say that I'm lucky and I got a lucky break, but definitely I had to work really, really hard and extra hard because of my hindrances with language and culture and a lot of other things. But, I persevered and I prevailed and I did, good. So someone who is just starting out, my advice is that you always have to you have to be ready, because opportunities come out of nowhere, and you have to be open, because sometimes we are not open to what the universe sends us, and we might actually miss out on something because we want things to be a certain way. But in life, you're gifted many opportunities, but they might not be in the way that you are wanted. It could lead you to that way, but you have to be open to taking, you know, the chances. And another thing is, you know, you have to go out, you have to network and be social, and just keep practicing your craft. It's a tough one, because I feel like there's a lot of talented people that don't get the opportunity to become so big. So it just depends what you want. If you love the craft, you can work. I know a lot of people that work, but they're not well known, but they're working every day. So it just depends. I feel like make sure that it's something that you love and you're doing it for the right reasons.
No, absolutely. I think you touched upon a really good point here, which is about like, if any opportunities comes to it, like just go for it, right? Like sometimes a lot of people, they have their own bubble. In their own bubble, they just create their own hypothesis, be like, okay, if this happens, only then I will find happiness. If this happens, how it's gonna go, right? So I think we should not be creating those hypotheses, those bubbles, and just like go with the flow. And if any opportunity strikes in and you truly believe in it, just go for it.
Yes, totally. And definitely be grateful for everything that comes to you, because when you're grateful, more great things happen.
100%, 100%. So do you have anything to say on, like, even though if someone gets a break into the film industry, so how to sustain as an artist in such a competitive world?
Yeah, it's really hard. I think sustaining, that's a hard question, to be honest, because I don't really have the answer. I just know if you don't want to burn out, you need to make sure to check in with yourself and your physical health and your mental health. And you need to make sure you're surrounded by like friends and family who keep you grounded. Sustaining, you know, everyone has ups and downs. Everyone has their high point and low point, and you will go through that. That's just the natural fluctuation, the ebb and flow of life. So being on top and then being on the bottom doesn't make a difference. That's just what life is in every part of our life, not just work, like every part. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if you're a business person, or even if you're just like working or whatever you're doing, right? Like if you do anything in excess, it burns you out.
Yes.
And
yes.
And very important.
So that definitely, the checking in with yourself and being grounded will help you sustain.
No, absolutely, 100%. So how did you get into startup world and entrepreneurship and being the co-founder of such a wonderful app?
You know, my life is weird. My life is weird and crazy. So I was always interested because it's not something I knew anything about. And I actually am a very social person. I love to meet new people. I love to ask questions. I don't want to say nosy. I'm more curious. I have a lot of curiosity and I want to learn about different things. And obviously I'm not going to be a master of everything, but it's important for me to learn about different people. Like before we started this podcast, you and I had like the greatest conversation and I loved learning about you, and you're so talented and amazing. So I just surround myself with, different types of people, smart people. I mean, we're all smart, but the people who are doing those things, they know about those things. We all have a gift in different areas. So I just am open to meeting new people. And then through that, I got introduced to a few different startups, which I invested in a few different startups. And then with Ilios, because I was hardcore into astrology and I am a romantic and I just believe there is someone out there for everyone. And we just need to weed through the waste of times, and just get to the point. Like I want to get to the point.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think Ilios really helps people to trim the fat and get to the meat, find the guy, find the girl who's compatible. So you actually are not wasting 4 to 6 months to find out that they're not really compatible. You're not really that happy. So that is why I was so excited about Ilios.
Yeah, that's really cool. So let's say since our listeners are listening to this podcast as well, and everyone is really curious that there are tons of apps, like especially when it comes down to dating app, right? Like certain focusing certain geographic people, certain focusing in like a global market, right? So if you were to distinguish Ilios app, how does it stands out, and what does it bring on a table as a value added to what is it already there in the market?
So I feel like with Ilios, the astrological part is the part that is something that will draw people in.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you know, but a lot of girls are very into it. Which then the guys will be into it because the girls are into it. And not only that, astrology is used a lot in Southeast Asian culture or in the Asian culture, not even just Southeast Asian. A lot of people like consult with people who read their charts to see what's the right time to get married, what's the right time to open a business. So I truly believe that there is something really special about it and about matching people by their charts. And when you do that, you have a better success rate.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Because you will find a compatible partner faster than other apps. Like other apps are just swiping, you're just looking at their face and maybe something they wrote, ooh, they're hot, whatever, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But this app is actually going to match you where you're going to see like, oh, wow, we are compatible in this, this, and this, and this. I should definitely go on a date with this person. Yeah. As to maybe the hot guy, you guys are not compatible at all. So now you're going to decide if you want to go on a date.
I think it will blow out to the next level. I truly believe in this. And I'm not just saying because I'm interviewing you on the podcast, but I truly believe in that because even my mom, she focuses on, hey, what's your chart? You are Leo and you're going to marry to a girl who's this. And this is not the right timing. I'm going to go consult this guy and he's going to tell you when is the right time to get married, Harry. This is not the right time. Focus on your business.
You know? I love it. A mom knows. See, mom knows. That's why Ilios knows as well.
So I truly believe, I think it will definitely, once you guys will launch out, when everything goes out in the marketing and the PR, it will blow out, like not only like here in North American market, but like all over the world, and especially in the Asian market a lot.
Yes. I'm just so passionate about it. I may not know so much about the business side, but my passion just overflows so much. And I really, truly believe in it. And I believe that it's so important to be in service to others. And this for me is like, I am serving others. Like for me, if people get on Ilios.co and sign up and they meet the love of their life, like I will come to the wedding. I will come to the wedding. I will come and I will cry and I will say a speech.
Sometimes it's all about like, you just feel so grateful when someone met on your platform. You just feel so deep down inside, you feel so humble and so grateful, be like, oh, wow, like I made a difference in the world. Yes. Like, it's not only a money part of it, like, hey, the business is going crazy with millions and trillions of dollars, whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Deep down inside, you feel that difference.
I'm the person who feels the difference if I can make, or if I know that this app made people happy and they found love, because what is important in this world? Love. Like we're all searching for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like-minded people who are thinking the same. Right? I think that's what we lack nowadays. Like everyone is so passionate and about their businesses, about being successful in life, about making tons of money, right? And they forget finding the right person in their life because no one has a time. The time is a challenge, right? And no one has a time to play games and wasting time.
Yes. So, and, I could even say that for me, not that I want to talk about my personal life, but, also being in the entertainment industry and flying all around all the time and like just being so busy, you don't have the time for dating or creating a foundation. So actually, if you did meet someone that's compatible with you, all of a sudden it's like, it becomes easier. Because you are compatible and you're on the same wavelength and have a chart that matches.
I think when both the people are on the same wavelength, no matter what other people will talk, the mutual understanding of both the parties will be really strong, even if they do not see each other for months and months.
Yes. And that is what Ilios.co can do for people. And that is why I love it. Thank you.
Awesome. So what's your piece of advice, Nargis, to people that how to succeed as a new business owner?
Oh my goodness. Well, you definitely need to be surrounded by smart people who know what they're doing. That's one major thing. And you definitely have to be motivated and like keep that motivation going. You have to have laser focus and discipline for sure. If you do fail, you got to like pick yourself up really fast and learn from that mistake and just keep going. Yeah, there's a lot of things, and like mostly it's your passion and keep pushing forward and surrounding yourself with smart people who actually know things that you don't know. So you come together as a team. Like Ilios is a great team. There's so many people behind the scenes as well that are amazing at what they do. And I've been loving our weekly meetings and learning so much about them and what they're doing. And it's been amazing.
I think, you touched on a really good point here. One person can only do so much. So having a very like-minded team is really important. Everyone should believe in the same mission or the vision statement of your company or whatever you're building, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So do you have any tips for young entrepreneurs to how to tap into pool of accredited investors or VCs as well, like venture capitalists?
Oh gosh, that for me is a hard one because you have to really surround yourself with those type of people, and you gotta research. You gotta find people who are willing or who are investors, and then if you have a business idea, you better have your pitch right, and it better be different, and they better see the passion inside of you. Besides, obviously, having a great business plan. I think that when you're investing, like I've invested in some stuff, and I have to go out and look for investors too. So I've seen both sides. Make sure you have that passion in your eyes and that drive, because the person who's putting money into your business wants to know that that person is really focused and disciplined and believes.
100%. I think let's boil down to this question further, because I think it's will add up a lot of value to our listeners. So, for example, if I were to reach out to an investor, right? Like I graduated from University of Waterloo, they have like an incubator. In the incubator, they have certain investors and the mentors as well, right? You go to Stanford, you go to other university, they have their own incubators. One of the biggest incubators in the United States, Y Combinator, right? Like from where the Airbnb came out, Dropbox was one of the top-notch companies from Y Combinators, right? So there's other investors there. So the main question comes down to is that there are a lot of passionate entrepreneurs and passionate business owners out there, right? How do you approach to the investor? What is the pitch looks like? Is it like you just network with people? You just send them a cold emails? You try to go to events, like hopefully after post-COVID, there will be more events of investors, right? So
you're actually basically saying everything that they need to do. It ain't easy. That's the thing. There's no magical tip that I could say, oh, just do this, because everything you just said is exactly what you have to do. And there's going to be a lot of no's, but you got to keep going.
Yeah,
that's it. You've said it. I don't even have to say it. You've said everything.
Awesome.
It's tough, but everything in life is work, and that's why you have to be passionate. That's the reason to be passionate.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, I think certain businesses definitely need a lot of capital investment, right? And certain businesses, you just need to show, I think, your traction towards a business as a number of subscribers,
right?
For visitors on your website. If I'm giving you $25,000, how are you going to multiply my money and give me back money in the next 2 years or 5 years, right? So it's like a pitch deck, having a strong pitch deck as well, right? So
well, I mean, obviously, I would hope that's in there where you're showing the investor how they're making their money back and how,
absolutely,
totally, because in that part, everyone wants to know about that. Yes.
Yeah. So what are your tips, Nargis, on living a balanced lifestyle? Oftentimes as an artist or even as an entrepreneur, people get overly exhausted because of their work or businesses. So do you have any tips on living a balanced lifestyle?
So that is really hard, because I did work a lot and I got burnt out. So I know what that feels like as well. Maybe in the future, when I open my wellness retreat, all the entrepreneurs can take a break and come relax.
You should I be the host as well.
You want to be a host at the retreat?
Yeah.
Oh man, like that is, so for me, I would say that when you're feeling burnt out, you really need to get away. And you need to go, like, some people want to go on vacation and drink and eat and like lay around all day. But personally, I think a wellness retreat is so much better, where you can do yoga and meditation and still lay down and relax, but do these other things that promote physical and mental well-being.
Yeah, no, absolutely. 100% agree with you, because sometimes people don't even realize that they have burnt out because they're so passionate about their business, or they're so passionate about their acting and whatnot, like whatever they're doing in their life. Sometimes they do not recognize. And I think sometimes it comes out as a frustration on the people around you, whether it's your family, mom, dad, brother, sister, spouse, kids, whatever, right?
Yes.
So,
And I went through that, but in my way, my body, I got sick. I got very sick because I wouldn't listen to my body, because I was going and going and going and working. I mean, I worked on so many projects until finally my body was like, oh, we're giving up. and then you have no choice. But you definitely do not ever want to get to that point. So that's why checking in with yourself is so important.
100%, totally agree.
Yeah.
So what are your upcoming projects, whether it comes down to the movies or whether it comes down to the businesses?
So I just finished that film I mentioned. I have some events, and then I have a film later in the year. So I have to prep and get myself ready and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And besides that, I have some other things. I'm always looking at doing different things. I don't really want to say what I'm doing, because then I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, until it's done, right?
I'm so I'm into astrology and all that, and like, oh, don't say anything, just work on it silently, and then it'll happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's always so many things to work on, and I love variety in my life. Mm-hmm. And I'm also working on finding a husband. Also signed up for Ilios.co. So everybody sign up for Ilios.co. I'm also on there looking for my husband. You could be my husband. You could be out there.
No, I think I should definitely sign up for this.
You should definitely sign up fast. I love Leos. Leos are my favorite.
Yeah, because I'm Leo, and my mom, she goes all the time to all these people. Those people, like when a kid is born in South Asian culture, they create their piece of a paper where it tells that at what time that person was born and what were the planetary positions, right?
Yes.
Whenever my mom, she goes to that person, she brings that piece of a paper to him, be like,
oh my God, that's hilarious.
What's the best time for him to get married? What's the best time to start a business? What should be the name of the business, right? So,
I know many people that do that. And so that's why I really believe that there is really something to it. So yeah, sign up, Ilios.co, register now.
Perfect.
Find the love of your life.
100%. So do you have anything else which you would like to share with the audiences, Nargis?
Oh, we spoke a lot, but if you guys out there have an idea and you're passionate about it, you got to go for it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to fail. I mean, and I know that we failed so many times. Just got to pick yourself back up and keep going.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So let's just touch upon, before we end this podcast, more about Ilios here. So when it's getting launched and when people can easily install this app either on their iOS, is it iOS friendly? Is it like Android friendly?
It's both. It's both. It's iOS and Android friendly. It is launched now, so you can download the app and register. So as you know, it's like we're in the business of people. So the more people that download in specific areas, then it opens up so you can see your matches.
Makes sense.
So yeah, so if you've downloaded, say, in North Carolina or something, but it's not open yet, you just have to wait until more users in that area come around.
Goes up. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there a registration fee as well for people?
No, it's free to totally free to download and sign up. So definitely do that.
Awesome. Perfect. And to all the listeners, again, if you believe truly in astrology and if you are looking to find your soulmate, and I truly endorse this app, and I think it would be a really cool, since I'm going to register for that. About it, and you should.
I love it. Awesome.
Awesome. So thank you so much for joining us today and for your valuable time, Nargis. And to the listeners, if you would like to connect with Nargis, please feel free to connect with her on Instagram at Nargis Fakhri. Also, if you like or advise any changes, please leave a review on the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcast. That will make a difference for us to embrace certain changes moving forward with our future episodes. We hope you enjoyed this podcast. Take care and see you in the next episode.